Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to make a security alarm system using a cassette player, some electronics, a switch, a phone jack, and a typical phone charger. Now let me explain how our security alarm system works. First, the owner leaves the house, leaving the house vacant. And here comes the intruder. As the intruder approaches the entrance, he hears the sound of a dog barking. And of course, the dog is not really there. The dog barking sound comes from the alarm system. And hopefully he gets freaked out and abandons his plan to break in. A couple of years ago, I picked up these two cassette tapes from a flea market in Copenhagen. And I haven't had a chance to test them because I do not have a cassette player at home. A few days ago, I picked up this old cassette player. It has the speakers for playback. It seems to be really nice. When I opened the cassette player, I noticed that there are two rectangle markings on the tape head which indicate that it's a stereo plate head, and that's nice. And here are the two speakers. I hope they are loud enough for the security alarm system that we are building. And if you notice, there's no record button, there's only the playback function. And it does have the auto reverse function, which will be useful for our project. When I put in fresh batteries and hit that play button, I could hear the motor spinning, but the cassette tape is not moving at all. So I open it up, and indeed, there's something wrong with the pulley system. As you can see, the rubber belt has disintegrated itself over time. I spent a lot of time cleaning up all the mess. And I also ordered spare rubber belts from AliExpress. Using a string to wind around the motor's pinion, the idler pulley and the two flywheels, I managed to figure out the length that I need, and that's 23.5 cm. And indeed, in the back of rubber belts, there's an exact one that fits perfectly. So now let's see whether it works. I had to quickly stop the playback because that song is copyrighted, but I'm so happy now that the cassette player is working. In order to record the dog barking sound, I need to find blank tapes, and these are two blank SKC Type 1 tapes which I found at my dad's place. Here I'm using an old Sony tape recorder to record the source from the handphone to the microphone in. And here I've set the tape to normal, and then we could record it to our blank tape for our project. Finally, we have 90 minutes of dog barking sound recorded on this cassette tape. And if we have auto reverse turned on for the cassette player, we can have the dog barking sound going on forever. Well, not forever, for as long as the battery would last. Hence, I will be using this DC plug. To operate our security alarm system, we are going to have the cassette player in the playback position, and we will only supply power to it only when the intruder is near to the entrance. In order to do that, we are going to use this motion detector system. This is the circuit board from one of these motion detector lamps. You find them cheap in hardware stores. I think they cost about $10 each and $5 online. The lamps are powered with 3 AAA batteries, which would give 4.5 volts in total, and that happens to match the input DC power supply required by the cassette player. I'm using a telephone cable because it has 4 wires inside. On the other side, you could see the 4 wires being hooked up to various positions. To get the output from this circuit board, I followed the traces of the 3 LEDs and found out that this is the ground output and this is the VCC output. As such, we could use these two lines to turn on the cassette player when the intruder is detected by the motion sensor. Ta-da! The system is done, and here we have the whole setup. Over here, the sensor has the phone cable running to the phone jack, and at the phone jack, the wires are spliced accordingly. 2 of the 4 wires supply power to the cassette player, and the other 2 wires get power from the DC power adapter over there. And here's the kill switch that allows the owner to disable the alarm system after entering the house. This switch is placed on the red cable that goes to the DC adapter. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Let's turn on the alarm system to see if it works. And this is Mr. Bad Guy, and he's the intruder Now it's going near the entrance. The alarm will be activated for 15 seconds, and after that the dog barking will stop. Alright, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this build as much as I do. Thanks for dropping by, and I will see you next time.